I'm late. I'm late. And this guy's a bully. Fucking bully. I don't like bullies. Is this shit working? What? What do you mean ads monetization not available? Boom, ba-da, boom, boom, ba-da, boom, boom. Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. These are our stories. Whatever we do, change is coming. Coming on the implosion of our Imperium. And it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop. It's how we go with this change. Will we respond rationally? Probably not. Oh boy, we got some interesting drama today.
Will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it.
Honestly, though, for this fucking shit, I might as well just like bust it out into something else. I might have to do this right here. Might need to get my Glock.
Got my Glock cock, 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 got my Glock, got my Glock, got my Glock cock, got my Glock, got my Glock, got my Glock cock, got my Glock, got my Glock, got my Glock cock, got my Glock cock. On your feet, everybody.
got my Glock cocked. I did it! Is this thing on? Is this shit working? What's up? Is anybody the fuck out there? Hello? Hello? Greetings, are you there, sir? Is there anybody in there? Can y'all if you hear me? Is there anyone home? You are the fate you are to see. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. Let me tell you, this show sucks. Either way, welcome back. My name's Manuel Chavez the Third, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. And holy shit. It's a weird day. Sorry I'm a little bit late, but then again, this show doesn't actually have a set start time. That's not because I don't want to have one, but it's because, you know what? Shit happens, man. Like, relax. Stop thinking that everything needs to happen real quick. I could play the intro for like 15 minutes if you want me to. Like, look, I can do it right now. Suck it! Not really. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to you. I see Austin 108's in the chat. We got Yobi in the chat. We got that Victorion Greyjoy and no one here yet. So, allegedly, those things called alerts went out to the people. So, I don't know. I don't understand how the internet works these days. I used to understand the internet, and now it just seems to be getting stranger and stranger every day. To the point where I see some of the weirdest shit. See some of the weirdest shit popping across my feed. And even more so, even weirder people that, you know what, should have nothing to do with me, but essentially seem to always be around for some fucking gobbledygooky reason. I mean, shit. Since we started doing this shit, they've been around. They just be cropping up places. They just be popping up. And I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing. I don't like it, but there's nothing I can do about it. I just gotta sit here and watch them fuck up or fuck me up or, I don't know, be boring on the internet because I don't understand what the fuck's happening. Maybe I'm too autistic for this shit. I don't know. At this point, it doesn't even matter, but that's not even what the show's about today. Today, maybe we're going to have a banger. I haven't talked about this boy in a while. I mean, he's gotten some off mentions off the rip every now and again, but we haven't said too much about him. But he seems to be making his return. Yes, his return as it was. Oh, cool. I got the chat thing over there. See, it's ready to display messages. Got some messages over there. Upgrades. Is it an upgrade? Probably not. But you know, we're just getting back to where we were. Yeah, get back to where we were. So what seems to be happening with you guys today? Anything cool with you? We got Yikum24 in the chat. Oh, snap. I made it on time for a change. Yeah, welcome, dude. Fuck, I should have played the longer intro because everybody would have been able to get in here. Who's everybody? I don't know. You people that live inside my fucking computer or whatever. I mean, we know the dead internet theory's not real yet because we've actually met people from the internet. We know that people from the internet are real. So I'm not saying that you are not a real person. I'm just cracking jokes. Fucking relax. I'm not a crazy person. Just take a deep breath. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. But yeah, what's up? Yikum says, yeah, normally YouTube doesn't let me know that it's going down unless it's like an hour in. Last night it was 30 in, so it's an improvement. Maybe it is improving. We are getting a few more people actually getting the notifications. I mean, you know, 10's better than 0, you know what I mean? Like, fucking numbers are going up, motherfucking numbers are going up. We like this shit. Anyways, oh, gosh. But yeah, it's been a weird day. I've been like so focused on doing my actual work shit that I haven't been. I mean, I've been paying attention to the bullshit that be happening on the internet, but something wild came across my desk, bro. Something wild. It's millionaire Nick Rekieta, actually. This guy right here, Nick Rekieta, the millionaire. Yeah, it's going a little bit wild, but yeah, it looks like there's some shit going on with Mr. Nick Rekieta. There's some ricotta shit happening. Ricoca. Nick Ricoca. Actually, ooh, that's good. I like that. Nick Ricoca. Has anybody else said that on the internet? Do you guys know? I'm sure I haven't really been into the drama sphere in a while, but you know, yesterday we dipped our little toes in there just to see what was happening with all the other people on the internet, and yeah. It's going just as bad as you thought it was. Honestly, it's going worse. It's going so much worse. It's bad, son. It's bad, motherfucker. It's bad. Well, is it bad? I mean, bad is a relative term, right? Because when you're talking about famous number one YouTube law guy, Nick Rekieta, number one. He's number one, guys. Number one. Anyways, you just never know what's really going to happen. But yeah, he's still around, dudes. I know you're probably wondering. You're like, wait a minute, Rekieta Law, the guy that got arrested, had all the blow that he was likely selling based on my expert understanding of how the drug trade works, because, you know, like, I know what Percy's are, and that's a little more than some Percy's, but we're not going to get into that. We don't need to get sued by a disbarred lawyer or anything like that. But yeah, good old Rekieta Law, dude. 404,000 subscribers on YouTube, is still doing law, even though he can't technically actually practice law anymore. But still, you know, talking about the law, getting the views. I feel like he's been live lately. I mean, you know, 11K, 11K views. That's it, dude. Like, wait, hold on. Before I talk shit about numbers, I mean, I don't get any numbers, but just look at the oh yeah, that's actually a big drop. Like, you know, didn't he used to have more subscribers? I thought this dude had like 1 million subs on YouTube for watching other lawyers actually lawyer and comment on it. But unfortunately, I guess that was like 4 years ago. What was happening with me 4 years ago? It was 2002. Yep, nothing great. I'll tell you that. There was nothing great happening. I was working my dick off, trying to dodge the motherfuckers, which obviously I can't effectively dodge the motherfuckers, because when you have a podcast or a show or whatever the garbage that we do here is, no, this is my own personal thing, just to be like, well, there's still cool people out there on the internet that want to hang out and laugh about stuff, but Jesus Christ, some of them are weird. Anyways, oh, well, look at that. Grilled Salmon J6L. What's up, Grilled Salmon? That's a weird fucking name. That's a weird-ass name, dog. That's a weird name. I'm just going to tell you right now that it was a weird name, sir. Salute. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the suck, my friend. Anyways, Yobi, strange we are getting chosen ones getting the YouTube death alarm, but thank you, bot. They let more people in. That's right. Yeah, let's just let them in. I mean, we're talking about important stuff here. Like, what happened to this guy, dude? You fucking get busted with a shitload of blow. Your daughter tests positive for the metabolite that you get after you do the blow at a really, really high level. And motherfucker literally had to... He pled guilty, dude. He took the plea deal. He pled guilty. And he got a slap on the wrist. Got a fucking slap on the wrist. That's what I call it. Minnesota's corrupt as fuck. Seriously. Can't even lie. But, I mean, was it worth it, Minnesota? Was it worth it? I don't know, dude. He used to get 1.3 million views. Now he's at 11K. I mean, I understand how that struggle is, but my numbers have never been that high. Like, oh my God. Like, what happened here? And even if we go to the latest, what does he still do? Dummy Vision Episode 1. Ian Carroll tries to figure out Tyler Robinson's pretrial. So, he's doing the Tyler Robinson case, and he's getting incredibly, insanely low views. And then what's his look? What does he look like when he's, oh my God, is that what he's fucking dressing like now? Like, so you took a page out of DeFango's book? He's basically like Ethan Ralph now. Like, yeah, dog, I'm just coming over here. We're just like the number one guy. We're just doing all the show and shit. Everything's being great. Oh, yeah, look at me and my porn star girlfriend. Oh, I got a tiny penis and I broke my chair. Anyways, I mean, like, seriously, he's got gas station sunglasses on. He's wearing basically the same shirt that the Quartery wears, like a button-up. Like, seriously, if you're in your home and you're wearing a button-up t-shirt and not just a regular t-shirt, what the fuck's wrong with you? What's going on in your head? I'm supposed to be the fucked up autistic OCD one, and you're over here wearing a fucking button-up shirt like your ass is about to go to church. Who are you trying to fool, motherfucker? I don't know. It's a strange day. What's up, CV? Nice to see you, obviously. But yeah, I mean, how is he talking shit about him? I mean, I am in no room to talk shit about anyone. I know what I look like. I like what I look like. You know, you want to make fun of me? You want to make me look like a motherfucking jelly bean? Like, seriously? What kind of bullying ass shit is this? Fuck you, Combat B. You're a bitch. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you? I don't even know, man. But seriously, it's like, you know, you think Nick Rekieta's got it bad? I got fucking super hackers after me or whatever, and I just laugh because it's just like weird. But why are we talking about Nick Rekieta? Why are we talking about this dude? I mean, he's making his way back in. I mean, 11K views ain't bad. Still doing the super tips. Still making the money. But no. The real reason that we're talking about Homeboy is because Pretty Antisocial came out with something very interesting today. How she knew that this was going down or anything like that is a bit beyond me, but I've always seen her as being more pro Nick Rekieta and anti the toe guy. I could be wrong in that particular situation, but Pretty Antisocial podcast, that's Haley Kennington. She follows me or whatever, but I saw this cross. I'll pull it up. Like, this is her podcast right here. She's got Pretty Antisocial. She got a whole ass spring collection where you could buy her shit. Everybody using the same fonts and shit. Like, okay. Nice aesthetic. Cool. She's even got a big ass channel that's going on, but this is what I was actually interested in. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm also interested in that. I don't understand what the problem with these two pictures are. I mean, I want to see some ass. What do you mean? What do you mean? We'll talk about that later, though. But yeah, here, we'll go back to her little thing here. Right. This is what I saw that made me wonder. Yeah. Yeah, what you got there, Victoria Greyjoy? 11K versus 1 Ook live is a stark fall, my liege. Yeah, that is a stark fall, sir. It's a very stark fall. But I mean, you would think that he wouldn't do anything incredibly stupid to draw the ire of everyone that, you know, was talking shit about him, right? Like, Nick's not that dumb. I mean, sure, he got off by the skin of his teeth. He can still do his show and shit. He's surely not going to be starting more drama with the polycool shit, right? Now, that's not going to happen. It's happening. It's happening. According to Pretty Antisocial, in addition to Kayla Rekieta submitting an affidavit for an HRO, which is a restraining order, against the Toe, a.k.a. Aaron Imholt, in Stearns County on 6/17/26 for up to 50 years. There is a separate one that also has been filed against filed by Kayla Rekieta against Steel Toe Media Incorporated. The hearing is set for July 20th in both cases, but Kayla Rekieta has asked for a continuance to obtain legal counsel. Wait a minute. Restraining order, generally you don't need legal counsel for a restraining order. It is pretty easy to get that without it. The only reason that you would want to get some sort of legal counsel is if you know that you don't have a case, number one. And number two is if your lawyer your husband who used to be a lawyer is no longer a lawyer anymore and he can't do it for you, you know? Not everybody can pass the bar, DeFango. Not everybody's you. Not everybody does that kind of shit for fun just to be like, fuck you people, but that's what I do. And nobody gives a shit. But that's fine. So yeah, 2 new cases out of nowhere. Harassment restraining orders. And, you know, honestly, I thought that was a little suspect because, like, the Toe's already been through this and he hasn't been talking about anything. He hasn't been doing any of that stuff lately. Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's basically something that is, like, what? Like, how are you even doing this right now? So far, I'm wondering, you know, about this because, like, I figured everything was cool. You know, Nick ate Aaron's cum. Aaron ate Nick's cum. They both, you know, banged each other's wives. And, you know, it was a great old time. They had some fun. I would never go into that hot tub myself, but, it is what it is. And yes, Victoria Greyjoy, I know Nick's 9-year-old tested positive for cocaine metabolites, and that's where most people left off, right? But that's old news. I mean, we've gotten so far with this guy. What's up, Half to Kill Me First? Nice to see you, my friend. Good to have you with us. Also, like the Dead Skull. Very nice. Very nice. At first, I didn't like the Dead in the Company, but then I did acid that one time, and I was watching them or whatever. And that shit was awesome. And now I don't even have to take the acid. I just listen to it, and I like it. So, I mean, some mind control might actually work. I'm not sure. But anyways, it's not about me and all of the drugs that I've done and how I've done way better drugs than Nick Rekieta, not been caught for it or anything like that. We're talking about how Nick Rekieta is now apparently doing lawfare again. Even though he's technically not practicing it, I just find it really hard to believe that Kayla Rekieta would be the one to be moving forward and trying to do something like this. And just looking at the harassment restraining order that she's posted, look at this fucking watermark this bitch put on there. Seriously? Seriously, Homely Haley? Why do they call you Homely Haley? Huh? Tell me. I'm fucking with you. Don't get mad at me. God damn it. Anyways, I'm just like, why? Why would you do this? Don't you already have a restraining order against him? And isn't he suing your husband? And like, people are throwing restraining orders left and right. You got 2 separate restraining orders. You got one against him, and then you're trying to get one against his business. I mean, it almost kind of seems like you don't need the second one. It seems like if somebody would be doing some shit like this, like they're just like willfully be an asshole, right? They're willfully utilizing the legal system for asshole shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, Victoria Greyjoy. Yes, I'm referring to our wife. Should I just refer to her as our wife because apparently anybody can get a piece of it? Like, let's see, like, apparently anybody can get a piece of it. Because if this guy can get a piece of it right here, I mean, apparently anybody. So either this dude's packing like you wouldn't believe, or, it is really our wife. I don't know, dude. Internet fiance Kayla. Yeah, that's what the Kiwi Farm says and all these other people. I mean, this guy doesn't really look at me. He doesn't seem to have a different body type than me. I mean, I might be a tiny bit fatter than him, but I mean, it might work, dude. Yeah, it might work. I don't know, though. So, yeah, like, this is the guy that they're suing. And it's just kind of like, this story is just spiraled out of control. Because at first we found out that they were swinging, and everybody was like, ha-ha. And then we found out about the drugs, and everybody was like, oh. Then we found out about the kid and the drugs, and everybody was like, And, I mean, he had a huge fall from grace. I mean, maybe is it as bad as Jeremy from the Quarterings? No, because Nick's got a bunch of money. He's a millionaire, allegedly. He's a trust fund kid. He got all this cash and houses and stuff that, he didn't earn. It was just given to him, right? That's what the alleged thing is. But then, he's got his busted-ass Mustang and his busted-ass wife and his nice little family. So, we don't want to be a jelly belly about any of this shit, right? No, we don't. What we do want to talk about, though, is just how fucking weird this saga is starting to be. Like, use social media to harass the petitioner and is asking once again for this shit to get done. And the interesting thing here is that the judge basically denied it, right? They denied it. They said, no, Kayla, we need you to come in for a hearing to talk about this. Technically, because she's already got one of these particular things. And the other thing here to notice is that they're talking about actually having it over Zoom, because I believe she's got a current active order, right, against him. This is the last thing I thought. So, but then she tries to come back and refile the order, even though I would think that the proper legal way of doing any of this stuff would have been her to go back in on her original order. Why would you be going in on a second order? You wanted to get it extended, right? And then why ask for such a long time frame? 50 years? Like 50 years? He shared a half-naked photo of you. That's what he shared. Not even pornography, although for whatever reason the state of Minnesota said that it was. And it's just kind of weird, dude. Like, he showed Gino Bisconti. He didn't show the whole world, but he's the one that went down for it. And so did Nick. He went down for his own thing. They both pled guilty, right? They didn't really fight it in court, did they? No, they did not. They kind of just rolled over for the court, which was an interesting take on how to do all that stuff, especially for, some highfalutin lawyer from Minnesota. Like, God damn, son, you really seem like you got your legal chops in a tizzy. But, okay, so we got Kayla Rekieta going after Steel Toe Media, having a scheduled hearing on 2 different files, and asking for a continuance because, well, I'm trying to actually get a lawyer. And, what is this? Your document is being returned. The judicial officer cannot review the ex parte communication or information that is not provided to all parties in the case. Oh, that's right. You got some secret information that you were trying to sneak into the judge, but, Kayla Rekieta filled out an affidavit for H&Goro against Stearns, or against the Toe in Stearns City. And then there's it is. How'd she get it? Apparently she went to the court in Minnesota, or somebody went to the court in Minnesota and got these fucking documents, which is interesting. Right? Doesn't seem normal. Not at all. But it is what it is. Ape has absconded the internet to never be seen again. Who's Ape? Oh, April. Yeah, April Imholt. I thought she got married to some other dude with a bigger weenie or whatever. I mean, she was kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? But she was our wife. But yeah, here's this. Female petitioner, keeping her address confidential. Why you gotta do that? Everybody already knows where you motherfuckers live. It's not a secret. It's not a secret anymore. Okay, but smart, I guess, doxing. Cool. What up, J.R. Riggs? Nice to see you out there. Hopefully you're doing well. And, they got all the children on there. Well, interestingly enough, 4 of the children are on there, not the 5 children, just the 4 children. Maybe one of them isn't old enough to be on there yet, or one of them was older and was just like, nah, Dad, I don't fucking care. I hate you. I'm going to not be on this. Because I like Aaron. We're going to be together. I'm going to bang him out like Mom did. Is that like some shit that's actually going to happen? Yeah. So, interestingly enough, other court cases is interesting here because, she didn't really select anything. It says, what is your relationship between the respondent and who needs protection? And it just got X right here. It says, none of the above. Please explain. Former friend. Oh, shouldn't that say former lover? Former nutter in chief? You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. But yeah, it says, how many restraining orders have been in effect ordering the respondent staying away from each person, including number 3 above? None, 1, 2, or more for each restraining order provide. Note, no civil restraining orders exist between parties. However, the respondent was under release condition for violation of 617-261 against petitioner. Those release conditions contain a protective order. A respondent violated those conditions on multiple occasions. Respondent pled guilty, and his sentence probation terms included another protective order. Practitioner asked the court to find and release conditions and probation conditions as 2 prior restraining orders for the purpose of this petition. Ooh, that's an interesting. Yeah, dude. Yeah, hit the promo bot with the like. So, yeah, that is interesting because that's not what they're asking for, right? 2 or more is checked, but they've extended it, right? And they're saying that the probation release conditions should be viewed as actual orders, and then they listed the case right there. Which is very interesting, right? Because as far as it seems, dude hasn't been back to court on any of this stuff since, I guess, the last time that he allegedly screwed it up, which was even equally fucked up, because he was at a show and somebody else was talking about it while he was around and got him arrested for it. Purposefully, at least in my opinion, they did that shit on purpose, but it really does seem like that's what they're trying to actually go for, because what we've seen from Nick Rekieta is that he's not a good lawyer, but he's really good at doing lawyer gay ops. And you might think, wait, gay ops? And I'm like, yep, it's gay ops. But he's doing legal gay ops. He's using lawyering in a gay way, and it's super lame. But here it is. Because obviously, Miss Rekieta, our wife, wouldn't be doing all of this stuff unless she was being goaded by an individual. And as I remember it, Nick Rekieta was the guy that said that he was basically going to drive Aaron Imholte to off himself, which was an interesting way or an interesting take on things, considering that, you know, the different kinds of threats that Nick has made. Even we had a restraining order being filed by Aaron against Nick, and I guess he missed some court date on the 8th, which was just a couple of days ago. Although we haven't actually seen, because it seems like it takes a few days for this information to come out. So thinking clearly about this, there's a lot seemingly happening. And it's just weird that Aaron is getting hit all the time like this, because like Nick wants him off the internet because Nick thinks he owns the internet. He doesn't want to see the other dudes who everybody found out that he was secret Eskimo buddies with, which is, I mean, just the funniest fucking thing out there. And he still won't even talk about like whose idea it was and so on and so forth. No, he's a private Christian individual. He doesn't do anything bad like this. And that's fine. So, what's it? Respondent made threats to the victim as follows. Respondent has made repeated threats over 2 years to reveal or disclose embarrassing facts about petitioner if she did not comply with some manner of behavior he deemed appropriate. Respondent has used petitioner and her family's privacy, safety, and security as a constant and menacing threat to cause further harm and distress to her. Respondent knows, as the practitioner pleaded with him, that the privacy is the utmost concern to her. Oh, really? Even though her boyfriend is like an internet guy and they got caught on the public internet for being swingers by people. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Very interesting indeed. But most of all, this is just legalese. This is obviously not Kayla writing this. This is Nick, right? When you read this, you'd be seeing this, that it's there. Right? I'm not sure, but grown men filing divorce on each other over the internet for and fake radio shows seems that no one watches seems strange. Yeah, it is strange. It is very strange. It is very strange. So here, she's basically alleging that he has terrorized her, but like, I mean, I don't know if the shoe fits. I'm sure Haley Kennington's gonna disagree with me on that, but like, I think the record still shows is that, you know, like there hasn't been anything out of him since the last time that some shit went down. So the fact that she already allegedly has one order and we haven't seen it, which probably contains some sort of language saying that, you know, she shouldn't be filing another one. She should be going back to court on the same one. It just really seems strange, because if she went back to the court on the same one, if she actually had some type of protective order associated with it, it seems like the only rational legal response would be to go to court back on that order, not file two separate more cases when you allegedly have shown us that you already have another case that technically says that he's not supposed to contact you or do whatever as a part of his release conditions, which he hasn't done, and it doesn't seem like he's done it there. So it's like kind of weird. Kind of weird. It's a little weird. Now, here's Jay. Respondent took pictures of the eviction as follows. 1/3/2021 says on January 31st, 2024, the respondent took a picture of the petitioner while live on air. The link has a video of clip taking the picture and also his discussion of the photo and subsequent broadcasts on about April 10th or 11th. Interesting. So she was in the studio with him, and he took the picture of her, and that's the basis of the lawsuit that already went out, right? That's the basis of what was on the other case. So basically what we're seeing here is them trying to relitigate that other case and do more damage by refiling this thing. So she wants a harassment restraining order. It's been a very long time since 2024. And I believe that, there is a time limit. Obviously, it could be something in the last 2 years. I haven't looked it up directly, but maybe I should. Or, maybe I should ask Google. Hi, Google. In Minnesota, what's the time bar for a harassment restraining order? Like, how long in the history of time can you go back for something like that? And also, if you're dealing with someone who already has allegedly a protective order because a person violated a rule about something and went to court for it, pled guilty, you have some other protective order, are you able to refile harassment restraining orders on that person? Or would it be smarter to just go to the actual, court for the first thing? The spelling police is banned here. Newer mind the typos. Yeah, we don't do spelling police around here. Spelling police is an immediate sign of low intelligence. 100%. If you're not thinking fast and you don't understand why people make typos typing on the computer or typing on your phone, you're an asshole. Plain and simple. Have you tried to type perfectly on your phone keyboard before? No, that shit gets fucked up all the time. Don't lie. You're a bitch. You sit there and you actually delete stuff and you type out your messages perfectly. You're an even bigger bitch. So either way, you lose. Just say it. Just say it. Some people aren't even from America, okay? And they just write bad, right? Some people don't even care enough to write well enough for you. The fact that you think in America people give a fuck about that shit is wild, if you ask me. But anyways, let's look at what the Google says. Time bar. Minnesota's harassment statute does not have a strict statute of limitations that apply or a specific expiration date for when past incident ceases to count as harassment. However, there's a major practical catch. Legal standard for granting an HRA looks forward, not just backwards. To grant an HRO, a judge needs to see that the respondent's intrusive or unwanted actions had any intended or have a substantial adverse effect to your safety, security, or privacy. Crucially, the court form requires you to explain why you believe that harassment is likely to continue. So, when we look at that particular situation right there, well, you got to be able to show that it's going to keep happening, right? It's going to keep happening into the future. Is it not? Well, from what we're seeing here, that's not exactly what is happening. It seems like, yes, there was a little kerfuffle that happened there, and court stuff happened, and everybody was fine. But now it seems like we're just reaching back into the past when there's no indication that it's going to continue happening in the future, because it hasn't happened, which is a very interesting thing to really be aware of, right? It's a very interesting thing to think of when you're totally looking at that. And at the same time, some people were mad about what I said right there. And you know what? It's because you're a fucking low IQ piece of shit, and I'm glad that you left. Oh! Suck it! Anyways, you think that Albert Einstein cared about Perfect spelling. You think he'd be able to type out a fucking perfect thing on a cell phone? Fucking touchscreen? No, give me a keyboard and I'll do better for you. I'll be like, but anyways, whatever. Reality check. If you file an HRO based solely on an incident that happened 5 years ago with absolutely zero contact or issue since then, the judge is highly likely to dismiss the petition, and they'll argue that there's no immediate or ongoing court or threat requiring court intervention. And the sweet spot would be old events are incredibly useful to prove a pattern if they tie directly into recent behavior. For example, if somebody harassed you in 2022, stopped and just started doing it again last week, the older history is fair game to show the judge that this isn't an isolated misunderstanding. Oh, so we're trying to build something. Something happened in the last couple of months that is making them think that they're going to be able to do this particular thing. Got it. Refiling a new HRO before going to original court. If you're dealing with somebody who's already has an active protective order against them, like an order for protection, or a previous HRO has already pled guilty to violating the rule or order and is now causing problems, you face a straight choice. Option A, filing a brand new HRO. You're technically allowed to file a completely new HRO if there's a separate incidence of harassment. The advantage is that behavior is completely different or involves a different context, is not covered by the original court-specific tests. A new HRO establishes a clear, fresh boundary. The super HRO rule. If a person has violated a prior existing restraining order 2 or more occasions, or if you've had 2 or more valid orders against them in the past, the judge can issue an HRO that lasts up to 50 years instead of the usual standard 2 years. Yeah. Kind of sounds like that's exactly what they're doing right now, because according to good old Haley, didn't she say that up to 50 years? And then the judge denied it pretty much almost immediately. They say, yeah, no, we're going to deny that, and we want you to come back into court because there's some things to talk about. Okay, got it. So up to 50, right? You know, I remember I got my HRO against Thomas Schoenberger for 2 years, and I got it, actually it was for a year, and then I got it extended to 2 years. And then I didn't extend it after that because he stopped talking shit, but now he's back. So I'm going to reach back into the past, go slap his ass again if I have to. But yeah, this is what they're doing right here, obviously. You're technically allowed to do it. However, you have to really be able to show that the actions are different. You have to be able to show that they violated the other thing in some kind of way. And even then, it was so flimsy the last time that it was amazing that anything actually happened. I mean, I might have to go re-look into that particular situation. But the more that I'm looking into it, the clearer that it's becoming to me. Anyways, option B, going back to the original court, the smarter move. In many cases, legal advocates and attorney will tell you it's cleaner and more effective to handle this through the existing court case. What's up? Is there somebody outside, Lunchy? What's going on? What's going on? Is the police out there? We need to cap a motherfucker? Is it Cherie, you think? You hot? What's going on, baby? You're panting. Okay, hold on. This is just a mailman. Yeah, want Thomas in a scooter like 10 hours ago? Yes. Wait, why would you have Thomas in a scooter 10 hours ago? You still hanging out with him or something? Cards enclosed. Pre-approved. For bread. Oh, cool. I can get an American Express. Finally. Might fucking have to do that. Might have to do that. Anyways, where was I? Extensions and subsequent orders under Minnesota law for OFPs or HRO. When someone has an existing order or is a part of a violating order, you can file an application for an extension or subsequent order. Oh, but yeah, she's not doing that. She's filing a brand new HRO when she should have filed an extension/subsequent order, because that would have probably got approved. Yeah. 10 hours ago? Oh, you mean like 10 years ago? No. I've already probably seen that. Huh. Interesting. Lower burden of proof. This is the biggest hack in the statute. When you ask to extend or renew an order because the person already violated, the legal standard of proof is lower. You don't have to prove brand new massive instance of harassment or show that the physical harm is imminent. Simply showing they violated the order and you are still in reasonable fear enough to for the judge to grant that continued protection. Yeah, that kind of sounds like that's what they should have done, which would have been the right legal move, but they're going this other way, which kind of makes it look more like legal gay ops, as it were. And it says contempt and criminal violations. If they pled guilty to a violation before and violating it again, it's going to court for the original or reporting it to law enforcement triggers a much stiffer penalty. Subsequent violations of protective orders in Minnesota rapidly elevate from simple misdemeanors to gross misdemeanors to automatic felonies. Yeah. You smell weed? Where you smell weed at? So, what makes the most sense if the brand new behavior is a direct violation of the active order you already hold? Going back to the original court, reporting the violation to the police prosecutor is generally faster, a heavier hammer, and forces the court to enforce its own existing rules. If the original order is completely expired, or if the new behavior involves a completely different set of circumstances, or target someone else entirely, then refiling a new HRO and making sure they check the box stating that they have a history of filing past orders is the way to go. Interesting. Is Nick trying to get these orders filed against him so that they can stop up all of their court stuff? That's what it kind of sounds like to me. And obviously this is AI advice, not an attorney, but probably still better legal advice than you could get from Nicholas Rekieta, Mr. Guilty of cocaine possession and shit. Right. Interesting. Respondent shared private sexual images of the victim as follows on these days. And then she lists out that thing. The original behavior. So she's trying to get it extended, but everything that we're reading in here, we're not seeing anything new. In addition to non-consensually photographing the picture on his live stream YouTube broadcast and subsequently non-consensually disseminating the photo to another live stream YouTube broadcast, where nobody ever saw it, by the way. Yeah. It was a non-consensual photo, even though she was in his house during a live streamed YouTube broadcast and allegedly showing him her hoo-haws. And he had his camera out, and she wasn't like, no, don't take a picture. Right, yeah. This is making a lot of sense here. When the petitioner asked to stop speaking about her publicly, he acknowledged that any discussion, positive or negative, was harmful to her, and he would stop. And then, we went through the whole criminal case, direct connection to social media. So she's basically saying that, it's going to keep happening, even though there's absolutely no evidence that it is happening. And she's just basically saying, well, he used social media to harass us, but when was it recently? Are you fearing that he's going to start after the HRO comes out again? Because your other thing's about to expire or something? What's none of this makes any legal sense. Just seems like we're maneuvering in a very, very weird way. Describe the effect that harassment has on the victim's safety or privacy. Petitioner has been subject to public ridicule, disgusting rumor, and daily abuse at the hands of the respondent for the more than 2 years. Well, that's not true. You guys haven't had any contact. There's a court order barring that contact, so how is he supposed to be daily harassing you on a show when the last time he didn't even harass you? It was somebody else talking shit while he was sitting there and he could do nothing. So, like, none of that makes any sense. Says, respondent's mirthful response to her softery. Respondent is aware of petitioner's desire for privacy and anxiety about public reaction. He does not care. On or about June 26, 2025, respondent took an ex parte restraining order out against petitioner Sunday, knowing that her husband who was her victim support in his criminal case referenced above. Doing so, he petitioned the court to prevent her husband from attending the sentencing hearings and to prevent his victim from having the support as she read her victim impact statement. Wow, victim impact statement? What impact did you have? You're the one that decided that you were going to do all of this bullshit. Like, you're the one that was fucking him. Like, what the fuck? You're the victim? I mean, it's just getting harder and harder to see this family as victim when they were literally the cocaine kingpins of the fucking internet. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, this doesn't make any goddamn sense. This doesn't make any goddamn sense. Do you believe the harassment will continue? Respondent consistently uses social media platform and private business deal to a morning show to harass and bully women. Oh, who does he sound like right there? Arturo Thomas. Oh, you harass and bully women. Yeah, women bully and harass me all the fucking time. Like, what are you saying? What are you saying? So, let's see. To bully and harass years prior, he led an open campaign harassment against a female podcaster in Iowa by making defamatory and abusive statements and persistently until the radio station he worked for publicly fired him. His first wife, Blank, had to get a restraining order against him for vile online commentary, and he would go on to be convicted for violating a restraining order. His second wife, April, has been this. But yeah, wait a minute. 71 CR 2467, isn't that that's not the restraining order. That's not a restraining order. Yeah. Yeah, you thought they were parenting partners? I don't know. I asked the court that they don't harass me or my children, have no contact with me or my children, and yeah, we're gonna hide everything. So that's basically it, you know. Like, this whole thing just doesn't seem right. And then, you know, they filed the hearing over Zoom, which to me, there's been talk where basically Nick was saying that he's going to get a restraining order against Aaron so that Aaron, and they were trying to get the restraining order, Kayla to get another restraining order against him so they could make Aaron not be able to testify in court against him or be able to defend himself in court, which is fucking ridiculous. That's not how it works, right? They hold the meetings on Zoom so y'all can be in the same fucking Zoom meeting and not violate an order. That's just like basic like law 101. But if you're really trying to say that you're going to fear for your life through the computer screen, yeah, I don't see any judge looking at that and saying that, okay, yeah, we're totally going to do that for sure. Totally going to do that for sure. So we actually do have something that has popped out, right? And her biggest move was to just say, oh, yeah, well, we want to get counsel. We want to get counsel. And it's just kind of wondering. And you know what? The TRO is already denied. He's been complying with the existing order. Now they want 50 years plus for a separate corporate HRO. And and the idea that an HRO would stop him from testifying in a civil case is just wrong. There's plenty of legal precedents showing defendants can still testify under no contact orders. The whole strategy looks sussy, you know? And it's just weird, you know, like this is a weird fucking thing to be thinking about because, you know, if we go back to the arrest of Nick Rekieta, you know your meme, it was May 2024 that all of this stuff went down, you know, like think about this. This is all going right back to his huge fall from grace, the problematic drinking and all the other stuff where Rekieta was public, and she's like, no, I'm a private person, even though, you know, she'd be posting her pictures and shit in their fucking locals, and, you know, was, you know, has been on the show. Nick has posted pictures of her and shit. I mean, it's just kind of like a whole fucking thing. You know, for her, she's just extremely embarrassed. And one thing a judge, I think, will see is that, you know, your embarrassment is one thing, but you being embarrassed can't sometimes not be construed as harassment. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if he did do those things. And they're talking about vile shit. And it's just like, what, dude? Aaron Imholte's response. And it all goes back to that, right? Like, they're literally trying to relitigate shit. So they already took him to court for revenge porn, and now they're trying to relitigate that whole situation once again to get some kind of win. And I mean, yeah, the toe might lose, but, you know, just legally speaking, it doesn't really seem like we're going to have that kind of case, right? And I mean, if Nick is trying to pretend that he's better than Aaron, I mean, nah, son, y'all are the exact same. There's no real difference between you guys other than one guy is just a cuck and then the other guy is just a rich cuck, but you were still both, in fact, cucks. So I don't even know why this is so important to them, but it makes me just laugh because when I actually saw it come across my desk, I was just like, dude, I wonder what Rekieta boy is actually on about. And I mean, it just seems like, you know, Miss Private Kayla Rekieta doesn't really seem so private, right? Like, people really know about her and her tattoos and everything else about hers because, well, she's been pretty public about that. I mean, shit, dog. Look at some of the stuff that he's posting on his socials. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And I just laugh because if you think about this shit, like, it didn't ever have to get this ugly, right? He was served at home on 12:05 p.m. on 7/6/2026, so that's pretty cool. Clear. And there's the petition for the harassment restraining order. We definitely looked at that already. But if you really think about it, it's just kind of a fucking weird thing. Now, what's this guy? The hideous loser has nothing better to do than cover this while her dreamboat Melton recovers. She also makes less money than Ray DeVito. This isn't how I make my money. Thank you for adding your 2 cents, though. Interesting. Oh my god, she marked his gender as XX. The TRO was denied due to there already being an order on him. If I'm correct, the HRO isn't complete. By the time he can talk, she can at that point file for a TRO. So what do you think? Are you guys like on the side of the Rekietas? Or are you on the side of Steel Toe? Because I have no skin in this game other than the fact that I'm just commenting on, you know, the legalese that's actually coming in between this. But like even more so, I don't know. Let's see. Steel Toe morning show. I went ahead and followed Aaron so I could get better on there, but you know, I don't really see him talking about this, so maybe we should just look real quick to see how deep it is. So let's see. Aaron Imholt. Nick Rekieta is losing it. He's on something, in my opinion. I've seen this guy to rant at a person. He shouldn't be online, but please keep going. He's getting mad at people for holding him accountable. What a boy. June 18th. Oh, okay. Cool. 2022, 2024. All right. Cool. We'll just say Rekieta. So, yeah, the last thing that he had actually said about this entire thing was a long time ago. June 28th, 2024. Now, let's just go back onto this and say, Kayla. The last time that he mentioned Kayla was June 22nd, 2024, which is over 2 years ago. right? And that's on this. Now, am I going to go through every single one of his things? Hell no. But at the same time, you got to ask yourself where this thing is going, dude. Where this thing is going. Because it doesn't make any sense, dude. Damn, we had a huge drop. Damn, we got a bunch of Nick Rekieta fans that are apparently mad or stalking because, like, that's crazy, dude. That is crazy. So, I guess, like, you know, I would be really interested to see what the actual evidence is against him and to see if there's actually anything that they could produce that would show that, you know, he's still harassing her in some way. Because right now it really seems like they're trying to somehow take the harassment of others like Kiwi Farms and a lot of these other places and put it on them, and that just doesn't seem to be right. And it doesn't seem to be like it's really gonna be a smart legal move because, like, they didn't really say anything. So let's just do the flip side, since, you know, Kayla isn't there. Aaron. Let's just go look to see how many times he's mentioned Aaron. Oh, very fucking a lot. Let's see. Just got done totaling up the hours from your masturbation journal, Gabe. Projection from the guy who has spent thousands of hours whining about Aaron Imholte. Wow, Gabe Hoff. I mean, sometimes the Jews call it how it is, so I have to respect that. Isn't this the same guy at Aaron Imholte was gushing over when Keanu C. Thompson got him an interview and it was a gigantic bust? Yeah, that definitely happened. Yes, and Aaron and I are the only gigantic busts in that equation. So I guess it's pretty clear that, you know, maybe the legalese is a little bit one-sided because, like, Nick be mentioning motherfucker pretty constantly. Like, his wife is in the middle of trying to get an HRO, and then Nick, in his infinite wisdom, is apparently still talking shit about that guy on the internet when, mind you, he apparently forgot to file something but was trying to get a harassment restraining order against this guy, and he has said some pretty heinous shit. So it's like, Aaron's got to be a pretty dumb guy if he hasn't been able to just, like, screenshot these tweets and stuff and then file it into his lawsuit. I mean, you don't need a lawyer for that. You just need to not be a retard. It's really just, like, that simple. Like, they give you the paperwork and you fill it in and then you attach the messages and shit as exhibits on the back. You don't even have to put exhibit 1 or 2. You could just give them page numbers and say page 1, page 2, page 5. None of this makes any sense. Looking at it, it's just like a situation that just is just wild, dude. It's weird. Like, he sends the message the day after she moved out of her home and less than a week after she started working for us. Per the prior nanny, all she had to do was to submit her monthly expenses and she'd be paid in full. Literally, there were 5 days of time and April was compensated for it, not Aaron. Yeah. Look at all this. It'll be over when the judge decides it's over. Hearing in early June, in theory, it could take longer to make a decision. That said, Aaron is asking for a year extension because Hackamania, an event he wasn't even invited to watch or attend. His lawyer should read the harassment statute and probably take a CLE on it. Yeah. It's just like a real weird situation because at one point we had good information coming from one side of things, but in reality it is not the same thing whatsoever. Like, this is some pretty interesting shit. And to see that, you know, poor Rekieta is still attacking everybody else in the entire world, calling Aaron Imholt a giant fucking pussy who attempts to use courts to stop people from saying mean words about him. While at the same time saying that he's not engaged in harassing conduct, even though he literally just sits around and talks about this guy literally all day on his show. So you gotta think, like, I don't know, man. I don't know who I want to support in this one. I mean, I think they're both retarded and they're both fake and gay, but, you know, the tale of the tape, looking at both sides of things, is really fucking clear that, you know, somebody's being an asshole here, and it's not me. Yeah, somebody's being an asshole here, and it's not me. So let's just look at what's coming forward. I mean, goddamn. Let's see. Kayla Rekieta is going to own your house. The only person I heard accuse Rekieta child of being murderous is Kayla. Did Aaron say it as well? Merce exposes steel toe. Kayla Rekieta, HRO, delusional duck kid. Another Rekieta ally, Hefty Haley. Hefty Haley? Dude, she doesn't look that fat. What do you mean? She's like skinny as fuck. Are you kidding me? Anyways, has the conference conveniently been told our wife Kayla Rekieta has filed a civil lawsuit against Steel Toe Media? It's kind of transparently pathetic at this point. What amounts to Nick's circle of influence and basically the high point in his life right now. So, I guess that's what a lot of the people in the sector believe, is that this guy or they're friends, and that's why she was like the first person to see all of this stuff come out and was the one that was posting it. But at the same time, we got Keanu coming out reading and doing a reading on all of it, and it really just kind of seems, yeah. Don't mind me just dropping where the positive cocaine test of a 9-year-old originated from, since Rekieta law. I mean, our wife, Kayla Rekieta, is alleging Aaron is the source of it. Wow. Breaking Baldo news. Our wife, Kayla, is a complete and total volition without any assistance or impetus from her husband, Nick Rekieta, is filed for a 50-year HRO on behalf of herself and 4 children. This comes after Nick Rekieta has been over an RO for over a year by Aaron himself. A copy somehow happened to pass one of the chief tow logs, Moody. Moody and Nick's close associate, Patrick Melton, also has an RO against him by Aaron's underage daughter. An ex parte order was denied by the judge, citing Aaron currently under probation and abiding by his stipulations. A hearing will be scheduled for the HRO. Among the statements made in the order is that Aaron has accused a specific child of ingesting cocaine, which is named in the order but redacted, as well as a denial of this fact. I don't believe Aaron ever named a child, and it's unclear if Nick even named that child that did test positive for cocaine. Our wife has committed perjury by citing Aaron as a former friend rather than admit she took the tow. The pictures here include for before Aaron had met and our wife, and the sexual morality was already in question. Oh. But yeah, it says the respondent has repeatedly accused this minor child of ingesting cocaine and even suggested she might murder him. Yeah. We're not on anybody's side here, okay? We're not on anybody's side here, but holy fuck. If you're really thinking that one side is better than the other side in this situation, I mean, that is not what this is all about. Because interestingly enough, it almost does seem like Kayla is perjuring herself when filing for the HRO, considering that, this is a bit a heavy litigated thing, and it's public record that their child tested positive for cocaine. However, I don't think that even going to some of these other places, what's her fucking name? Alyssa Clips. Yeah, Alyssa Clips. She's been eating good lately. Aaron. Huh. Yeah. Let's see. Aaron's court experience, post-settlement conference. 2 years ago, Imholtz opening their marriage to the Rekietas. A deal offered in the Aaron Imholtz versus Kayla Rekieta's nudes. Aaron's plea made the news. Aaron Imholtz is in jail celebration. Meme copium, 50-year Rekieta butthurt HRO against this person. Aaron Imholtz and Nick Rekieta's HRO update. Good day for the toe. Huh, that's 4 months ago.
Oh, hold on a second. Johnny, take over in the chat for just a little bit. I got some really interesting news here that unfortunately I'm not going to be able to share with anybody.
Okay.
But I got some really interesting good news that hopefully I'll be able to share later. It's very, very good, but I can't say anything. Take over for a second. I do need to read this real quick. All right, I'm gonna tell people everything I can tell them right now.
Okay.
There was a settlement or not settlement conference, a scheduling conference.
What's going on?
About an issue that I have against two people that is successful so far, and things went very well for us today. And it sounds like this is just me based on what I got today. The judge does not seem happy with the other party and their tactics.
Ooh.
So I was very happy with the email I received. That's all I can. I don't want to like go and then not say anything
jinx it or whatever.
But I don't want to say nothing because that's not fair. Because I just oohed to the audience and took a break from the show. I just got very, very good news.
Well, good for you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's I think one side thought that they were being very smart, and everyone has seen through it for what it is and is not pleased. Not pleased.
Not pleased. So yeah, the last time something came up in the case was just 4 months ago, and see, Aaron didn't break any protective orders or anything here. He didn't mention any names. He didn't do anything. Obviously, he's alluding to the situation, but legally speaking, a judge is not going to see that as harassment or of attack of any kind. And considering the fact that Aaron, this is like the earliest thing that we have it on it, it just doesn't seem like something that could be utilized against him in the court of law. I mean, somebody could try, but, he was talking about how the judge was looking down upon them and the way that they were trying to use the legal court system 4 months ago. And now, instead of following the normal proper procedure, which would be to go to court again on the original claim, they're trying to extend it and say that he broke it in some other way. However, reviewing the documentation, it doesn't show that whatsoever. It doesn't show any new type of things. It just shows that they're trying to relitigate the old stuff, and no judge is going to probably accept that. That's why there's going to be a hearing in the first place, because they're probably trying to figure out, well, where's this going? Good day for the toe. Aaron M. Holt's jail sentence vetoes advice. The Dabbler calls into Rekieta to discuss Aaron's revenge porn case. Troll chatter, fat CPS redo a helo, fighting Aaron M. Holt. This is 4 months ago. Let's see.
So the past 2 days on my show, I've had someone who I've recognized specifically from the Vic Mignogna saga from way back
Vic
when,
Mignogna.
and I know it's them.
Goku?
No. It's their name is Wes Nile Chan, which of course it's a joke about the lawyer for Monica Rial, Jay Sean Lemoyne, because he talked like this, like he sounded like RFK but worse, and he sounds that way because he got West Nile virus a long time ago and it killed his lungs. Like so, so he's a legitimate disabled, crippled lawyer with weak lungs, and so this person made their name and everything was related to that. And they came on the past couple days. They've just been sending me like $5 super chats over and over and over just to like shit on me. I'm like, okay, like you can do this all day. I don't mind.
You're like, just pay me money, man.
But it's
fine.
like you came specific.
Yeah, pay me money and then fucking charge it back, retards. Yeah, I don't even want to listen to this fucking guy. But yeah, looking at this, wait, a month ago, right here, Kayla Rekieta is more manipulative and sinister than Nick Steel Toe Aaron M. Holt.
Yeah, but you don't have Nick Rekieta near you. So the one podcast that happens to live near him is Nick Rekieta. Then Nick Rekieta steals his wife.
That's true.
And, so I mean,
but also got him high though. I think that's a pretty fair trade, right? It's like, all right, I'm going to do your drugs, you do my wife. Is that cool?
Well you know what I learned from Aaron, and I don't think I'm revealing too much, and I'm willing to talk about what we talked about, but this is one thing for my perspective of the situation. When it comes to this, is another reason why I kind of defend Aaron a little bit is I feel like in the wife swapping, situation,
The wife
that
swapping
Nick
situation.
obviously won because he took Aaron's wife. So I get the perspective that Aaron was a little bit of a victim, or I think he was the victim of it, even though he was a willing participant. But if Nick
his idea.
But if Nick has
literally his idea.
Yeah,
I'll just say this
it was his idea.
Even if April didn't like Nick's personality, if Nick's constantly shoveling snow and blow into her nose, she's probably going to want to hang out and have beers and do coke and feel the euphoric high from it. Yeah. So it's easy to take somebody's wife if you get them hooked on blow. And I think there's something.
It's how rich people get laid. People are wondering like, Jeff Bezos got a hot wife. You're like, yeah, shit.
Because he got.
But this is what I learned, which is inside baseball that I didn't expect. I thought I had the impression that Aaron, guys, there's so many people in this, said Aaron and Kayla had kind of a relationship. Just from, what I've watched, I thought it seemed like she was butthurt about how everything went down.
Uh-oh, what's up, Savage Penguin? Hey, I was catching up in the Ook Discord. If we do that, why not mesh your idea into it and be like the squad's hype propaganda machine? Just a thought for you. That's a good idea. That's what I wanted to do, if we're going to have the Secret Service and shit, and we're going to be running around in the map, following around Peanut and them, we should have a Secret Service and a news crew. So anytime that we go out there and we're doing raids or anything like that, we just put out disinformation about what's happening. Right, so we just kind of hype up we're gonna go raid this person, but then we actually go raid this person, or we have the president show up to somebody's house and then just wait for the beef to happen, so then we can attack him, and then we can make it oh, they tried to assassinate the president, we can have a lot of fun with that shit, dog. We can have a lot of fun, but it is what it is. I mean, dude, seriously though. For everybody else, this fucking Nick Rekieta shit is insane, bro. It's insane. I mean, I think I've waffled on a lot about it for a while, but I really think that, it was a bad move for Nick to move forward on this one. That's what I fucking think. Just saying. If you ran with it and it caught fire, that could be gold. Wish you luck with it. And if you need help, and let me know. Oh yeah, for sure, I'll help you with it. I'll probably need help with it, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes, right? I don't know, man. So yeah, that's one of the Ooks right there. He's a member at Coconut Bee's crew. We're just talking about global warfare. So we're trying to think of funny shit that we could do during the event so that we can have some fun. But yeah, no, it's a good idea, dude. It's cool. I mean, I want to do more with it. I know what's his name wanted to do more with it. I just went live, so I haven't been messaging about it in a little bit. But damn, there's been 69 fucking messages. It's we're live. Holy shit! So hard to keep up. It's so hard to keep up. That's all right, though. Let's see. You fair, shot more rockets. Something about Rusty Pody. Is that guy wild? Y'all know that is GW General. Strategic Banana Command. Oh, that's a good fucking idea. Air support equals balls. Banana air logistics and lift service. Yeah, I fucking like that. You looked down at it, you were like, what the fuck? Yeah, no, dude, seriously. Yeah, today has just been a weird ass fucking day, Doug. I'm looking at all of it. There's a lot. But it seems like they broke off and we're talking about some other shit. I'm still pissed off that I'm not on the farm team. Because, I like to farm in Rust. That's what I like to do. I'm very good at it. And, the only reason I was even doing anything else is because they were like, come with us. And I was just like, okay, It's not my fault I'm okay at the game. It's not my fucking fault I got number 12 in kills. It's not my fault. But they shot me first. It wasn't me, man. wasn't doing anything. I just want to pick my plant, and now I can't. So now what the fuck am I gonna do? You know, that's where I'm at. I'm a little miffed about it. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little pissed about it. Still pissed about it. Yeah, but everybody's got some fire ideas. I'm just still like, they're kicking us out of the farm. They're kicking me out of the thing that I like doing. Not letting me do that. So like, whoever in charge of the farm, you can eat my whole booty. That's all I gotta say about that. Eat my whole booty. I'm gonna be doing other shit then. Since I can't do electric or industrial because apparently we have the best of the best. So, you know, like, I'm not even gonna try, even though I looked at things, I saw how they were done, I could make significant improvements, but I ain't even trying to cause that kind of drama right now. There's already enough drama with the farm shit. I'm not adding to it. Don't fucking clip this and send this to anybody, because I will be like, yep, I did say that. Fuck all that shit. But, you know, I just want to have fun during the event and not step on too many people's toes. But you know what? There's a lot of room for improvement, you know. I don't like talking crap about people, but, you know, I could do all of the same things. I write all of the same kind of software. Hell, I even have Rust Plus Desktop and all the other shit, too, to do all that stuff. But I did it just for me because I liked having it. And, you know, yeah, I could set it up for a group, but, like, in all of my years of playing wipes with, like, big groups, even in the biggest groups, nobody ever did that. Like, nobody ever wanted to do it. Even though I would do it anyway, they'd be like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. It's just like, it's very situational. It's very situational. Even then, though, you know, like, well, we'll be all right. So we're going to have a small farm team. I'm still on the helicopter squad, so I'm still going to be flying around helicopters and shit, so I'm just going to have to be a pilot. Yeah, you're ready to be involved. You just never expected it. Yeah, I mean, I never expected it either. That was a Hail Mary, and, you know, getting in and playing the other event, and playing the Ooks, I like playing with them. But it's like, that little drama just didn't need to happen. It would have been a lot better if it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Be a lot better if it didn't happen. But whatever, dude. You know, shit happens. Shit happens. Dude, this is probably the only other interesting ass story that I saw today. Welsh Dockspin admin jailed for egging on swatters from behind a screen. Some guy named Callum Dare encouraged others to carry out dangerous hoaxes and made many movies of the footage. But yes, very interesting. A Welshman was sentenced to prison on Tuesday for his role in the numerous swattings in the United States, Canada, and the UK. He was the admin of Dockspin, a dark web platform frequented by individuals that expose personally identifiable information, PII, of people, and usually encourage harassment or to target them through swatting attacks. The Talbot Green Man never actually carried out the swatting call himself, although investigators said that he was an active participant in Dockspin's DeadNet channel, where he encouraged and assisted others in targeting individuals and organizations through swatting attacks. Yikes. So, you know, you guys remember when we got swatted? Well, we got swatted multiple times, but, you know, look at the time frame. The investigation into Dare began in May 2019 when he was age 19 after the FBI engaged the South Wales Police Department and Tarrant Regional Organized Crime Unit. Tarrant Roku said messages on Dare's phone tied him to multiple swatting attacks in the United States and Canada. Digital forensics further showed that Dare assembled a montage of footage taken from the internet live streams and other sources to showcase emergency services' response to swatting calls. He shared them in the DeadNet Dockspin channel in an attempt to encourage others to carry out similar offenses. One of those swatting calls involved a call made to the Los Angeles Police Department when the caller, speaking in a fake Russian accent, claimed that there was a bomb placed under the chairs at the University of California Lecture Theater, resulting in an evacuation. Yeah. That's right, Victoria Greyjoy. Tour swats also got pinched. That's right. Sometimes things do happen. Tour swats, like that guy only got 48 months to prison, though, right here. California teenager sentenced to 48 months in prison for nationwide swatting spree. Seriously? He only got Alan Thillian of Lancaster, California, only got 48 months for swatting people. That's ridiculous. And there was 375 calls. So the guy that was doing it in California got 48 months, just to put it out there. But at the same time, let's go over here. What did he get? He was sentenced to prison. Okay, but how long is he going to be in prison? That is my next question. Let's see if we can actually find it. Oh, that's what he looks like right there. He definitely looks like a dude that would be swatting people for sure. I'm not even joking. He just kind of looks. He's got that look, and then he's got the brow ridge thing with the eyebrow hair there. Yeah, he definitely looks like he was into that sort of thing. Yeah, but it doesn't say. Wait, this thing doesn't say. It just says the International Cooperation of Law Enforcement Agencies and prosecutors in different jurisdictions allowed the Crown Prosecution Service to build a strong case against Dare, showing how far-reaching his criminality was, leaving him with little to no choice but to plead guilty. So, how long is his prison sentence? Has he been sentenced? That's the next question that I have in this thing, because I was expecting that to be on this thing, but it doesn't look like it is. So, what the hell? What the hell? Right? Let's see what the British man jailed for being tracked by FBI. So, yeah, the FBI is working with foreign countries. 26-year-old is getting put into jail / prison / wherever. I wonder which prison that they're actually going to throw him into. But maybe they haven't given him his sentence. They just sentenced him to prison, they says. But, for how long? Is he going to be in 1 year? Is he going to be in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? 48 months. That's 4 years. That the other guy that actually did the swatting's got. But what about this guy? How long is he going to jail for is my big question. And you got to realize that these guys were behind and putting in tons of swats to different live streamers all over the country. Not just people like me, little guys, the big people. And it's crazy how many people have gotten caught up in this particular situation, because it's insane to think of. It's insane to think about. Really, it is insane to think about. His first conviction, it is the first conviction of swatting in Wales, a phenomenon that gets its name for this. But it says Judge Tracy Clark Lloyd sentenced him to 2 years and 3 months. So he actually got less time than the person actually doing the swatting in California. How is that, okay? I guess that does make sense a little bit. I was expecting him to get more time. But, 2 years doesn't seem to be a whole lot. He's going to be 28, 29 when he gets out. And I guess he's just going to do his thing. Let's see. Victoria Greyjoy. We also had the Battle of Jim's Driveway, but alas, neckband Angelo Fang couldn't stay out of the way. Wait, what the fuck does that even mean? I don't even... What? What does that mean? Are you sure that was for this chat? You fucking weirdo. Goddamn weirdo. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you today. So, oh, there was this thing. I only had this one up here because this is literally the funniest thing that I've ever seen in my life. News broadcasting guidelines for women's athletics have been released to crack down on camera angles and slow motion replays that sexualize athletes. The guideline highlight shots the broadcasters are encouraged to avoid. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at this. European athletics. Okay. Here's the document. Raising the bar. Okay. That dude doesn't look creepy. That guy doesn't look creepy. So, like, that's an example of pictures that they like? Is this an example of pictures that they like? I mean, even that seems like it could be a little sussy-wussy. So they have all the different cameras, and they're like, yeah, we would like you to do angles like this that are positive. We don't want to see angles like this that be showing you the hoo-ha and the buttocks. We don't want to see that. Or like this camera angle. Great to show them running and celebrating where you can see their armpit hairs, but definitely don't zoom in and try to get an angle like this as they're going over the bar, because people are going to definitely be scamming on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that they actually had to make this document really, really just kind of tells you that, like, we don't live in the same world that we used to, bro. You used to watch the Olympics, and they would just have all kinds of the craziest shots. You'd be like, why is this guy zoomed in on this chick's butt? Well, it's a nice butt. That's probably why. But, yeah, they're like, yeah, cameraman, you creepy motherfuckers. Stop getting those low shots so that you get the booties and stuff. We don't want that shit. We want to actually see the action. We want to see how people are going. We want to see positive angles. We don't want negative angles, no wide shots. We don't want to cut back the camera. We want to be either close in or see the celebration. We don't want to be seeing negative shit like them hitting the ground and like their legs all open and stuff. We don't want to see none of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. New phone autocorrect can't understand autism. Have a great night, guys. Yeah, you got to train the autocorrect. You got to train it. Like, you can't rely on your phone. Like, dude, this is raw right here. Like, seriously, you don't want them bending over? Like, why don't you just ban them doing that position? That seems like it would be easier. Because if not, the camera guy's, like, going to turn his fucking camera and it's just going to be there. This whole thing is just kind of wild, bro. Kim Baker, Liz Baer, Ella Sawarpi, Claire Goodwin, Hannah England, Christelle Shana. So yeah, but like, did anybody ask the athletes? Yeah, like, these are the guidelines that were developed by these women, but like, are any of these women athletes? Because it says women's sports lead, Alyssa Arapi, Claire Goodwin, the director, Hannah England, the commentator, and Crystal Senna, graphic designer. Okay. So, like, respectful coverage in women's athletics. Like, but what about the athletes? What did they say about it? Were the athletes upset about this? Were they the ones that brought this up? Like, where's all the... Why don't you have the athletes being all like, hey, I really hate it when you fucking get those videos of my hot-ass booty and put them all over the place so that even if I don't win a gold medal, I'm still motherfucking famous. Yeah. The whole thing just seems a little sus. I don't like it. I don't even care about it. But that's pretty much it. Almost for today. I think the other thing that we got to go look at is my fucking mentions. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. It's been all motherfucking day with these people. All motherfucking day. All fucking day long. Literally just message after message after message after message after message after message. And it's like, I was looking at this and I was like, Fucksnet. Okay, that's this guy right here. He's gay, by the way. I made fun of him for it. But yeah, apparently he's a tech goblin. But yeah, he was in the Antisocial Network on Netflix. So it's just like super weird that, you know, all this shit is coming back. Like, we got fucking Libby Shaw up in here. We got Combat B, the Anon Network, and all these other Anons talking all this fucking shit. Like, I don't even know what they're talking about. Like, I'm not involved in any of this shit. but like literally Barrett fucking Brown, like he was talking shit. He was talking shit today, actually. I think it was right here.
And you say here, I didn't hear the guest's assertion at first that Thomas Schoenberger and DeFango were the propagandists of the Seth Rich conspiracy. This is untrue. The conspiracy began on a website that is easily accessible. Well, that doesn't contradict each other. If they're saying you're a propagandist of it, it doesn't mean it doesn't start. It starting on a website does not contradict that in any way. It's totally compatible with that. I have no idea about this, and I doubt he said what you thought he said it did. Just based on our limited interaction here, reading these things, I don't think you understood properly what he said, or maybe you did, in which case I'm going to go ahead and say he's probably correct. But you deal with him and deal with whatever Opperman, just whatever. But here you are. That's me right there. I tweeted the thing. Blah blah. I guess that. And here's a question. I have a question back for you, Lestat, the vampire.
Lestat, the vampire.
Number one, when we are immortal souls, is it too much a price to pay for the pleasures we imbibe through the blood?
You guys remember when we had him on the show and we interviewed him and we were talking to him about fucking, what was his name? George Soros, and he didn't know who George Soros was? Damn, that was some wild shit, bro. Wild shit. But yeah, I don't get it. Just why? Right? Like, ever since the Seth Rich stuff started coming back up because Ty Clevenger shared some new news about it, everybody's weighing in on it, including people that were literally in fucking jail when all of this shit went down. You know what I mean? So, why is it that I'm always having to deal with like journalists that are also criminals, that are also in crazy documentary movies? Like, it's just really fucking weird, dude. Having the whole anti-social network group of people talking shit. And if you're not even sure what that is, I'll just Google that or whatever. The Anti-Social Network. I already Googled it. It's a film that came out in 2004, right? It's on Netflix. And it's called The Anti-Social Network Memes to Mayhem. Yeah. They call it a lively lesson in digital history that allegedly describes what the internet is actually like, but in reality, it's a very, very manipulated viewpoint of how memes and everything else actually started on the internet, where it basically takes what we call a bunch of fame fags and puts them at the forefront of basically everything, right? It's a very strange thing to really think about when you watch it. But when we go to the IMDb, I'm sure we're going to find some names that we actually have seen before. Oh, look! Fucking Curtainer is in there, a.k.a. Ambry Connell, the guy that hacked the Texas GOP and is currently in jail. We got the Fuckstat guy and all of these other alleged anonymous members, a.k.a. fame fags that were like, well, I've grown up and I am no longer anonymous, even though I was anonymous the whole time. But, you got a lot of motherfuckers over here. They're talking about basically Chanology, what happened when they were attacking a bunch of things. And then basically Aubrey and a lot of these other guys basically just fully take credit for a lot of the happenings that went on the internet. But like when I watched the whole thing, it's basically them talking. They don't really actually have any evidence that they did any of this stuff. It's just more or less like, you got to trust me, bro. So it's just really weird considering that even fucking Frederick Brennan was in that film. And I mean, I guess he's got like, some skin in the game, but I don't remember half of these motherfuckers except for this guy right here these two guys right here were on something awful. And that's the weirdest thing about it, is they never mention it. They never mention something awful once. And it's just like, you can't even talk about Anonymous and how it got started and what it was really about unless you talk about something awful. It's because that's exactly where it was born, right? That's where it operated. That's where it went through. It didn't have any, 2chan and 4chan had some like ideal into it, and they were utilized as a springboard platform because fucking low tax would have, started banning their asses for doing this kind of shit on the forum boards. They just basically took it out over there. And I mean, we got fucking Dale Barin, we got Greg Couch. There's like multiple people that are associated with this film. And it's like, I'm literally sitting here looking at their like alt accounts, just trying to figure out why the fuck they're even like up my ass. And it's been weeks, right? We got fucking Rocco Castorio back in the mix. We had talked about him. We got Zantig, and I don't even know who the fuck that is, and I don't know who the fuck this is. I mean, shit. They're even trying to bring back up Joe Fiona when he incorrectly said that fucking Adam DeMoy, one of the people that used to watch this channel, was actually microchipped, right? And it's like, no matter what we try to do, it just seems like all of these fame fags are just coming over here. So you're after people who targeted activists, people who co-opt legitimate movements either from foreign or domestic actors and sell out, who are just fame fags? Well, to be fair, everyone from that group has always been fame fags. Well, now watching after the clip I played, I have to ask myself, did Joe Fiendo interview, after years, get himself involved in all of this? And at what point was the only piece of information from the source? Yeah, it's just really weird. Seems like they're really trying to spin something up, but I just don't understand. I mean, we even got this fucking guy back up into the mix, talking all kinds of shit about us having a podcast and shit. It's wild, bro. It'll probably take a little bit longer to actually figure out, like, what the hell this shit's all about. But are they scared? Are they upset? Is there something else that's going on that I don't know about? Yeah, I don't know. But, it's very interesting to see how interconnected the group is, because just through watching them posting and doing all this stuff, we're seeing the guy that we got the HRO filed against and approved by a judge and extended. They're all talking about him, and the stuff that they're putting out there shows that, like, all of these people were in contact and doing shit, running ops on the internet since, like, way earlier than we even started live streaming on YouTube, which is pretty insane. When you really think about it, it's not normal shit whatsoever. So I think that's pretty easy. I don't know why we have Elizabeth Shaw and all the rest of them back up into the mix. They used to just add me to DM groups and have the DMs going through, but now it's like, it's been like well over 100 motherfucking things that have been posted today. Like, it's been weird, dude.
Movement and Anonymous and LulzSec.
With Occupy Wall Street, I think there was definitely a lot of support between the two sides. Certainly there was an overlap of ethos in terms of left-wing libertarianism. A lot of guys with Anonymous will align themselves with that kind of ethos. And I think there was certainly in the kinds of processes that Anonymous was using to propagate ideas and to spread the word about an event, the people from Occupy Wall Street could use those kinds of processes, and people from Anonymous were a part of Occupy Wall Street as well. So there was definitely some overlap there. Nothing really official, but just this kind of symbiotic relationship. As far as WikiLeaks,
how
one of the things
fucking funny would it be to get in a non-masked
Anonymous and then LulzSec was that the guys with LulzSec were invited into a chat room in late June where they could talk to representatives of WikiLeaks, one being Q, another claiming to be Julian Assange himself. There was video evidence of this, which was uploaded to YouTube, showing Julian Assange at a laptop at the same time as an IRC discussion happening with the LulzSec hackers, and then deleted just moments later. And at that time, WikiLeaks, or this representative, was asking LulzSec to
this is on Skype,
collaborate
dude. You remember
on hacking into the servers of an Icelandic organization and trying to find elements of corruption. This was really explosive stuff for LulzSec at the time. The guys within the group were kind of shocked that they were being in such kind of grand company. And but that's when it really hit home that they had become big, that the guys from WikiLeaks were actually reaching out to them. They ended up actually trying to find those vulnerabilities in the Icelandic organizations and websites, and they couldn't find a vulnerability that they could actually exploit. It was a little bit too complicated, and so that didn't really go any further.
Yeah, it was a little too complicated. That was fucking ass, dude. That's what it was. Well, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if I have too much left for you. I thought that this one was interesting. Well, he was platforming something. I'm sure you all know Joe Fiona, who was directly saying associates like you, Business Wife, QAnon, the Russians, Svetlana Lakova, Carter Page. This video is from 5 years ago.
On top of all of that,
you know what the funniest thing is I've never seen this.
That Trump got. And on top of all of that, you know, we have watched this QAnon bullshit, you know, kind of like start from a couple posts on fucking 8chan or 4chan to go to 8chan and rotting these people's minds out. Well, we know that people like Stephen Biss and his wife had these emails with like guys like DeFango and Thomas Schoenberger and all of these fucking clowns, where they were all talking about
fucking clowns.
You know, what clients we're gonna have, how we're gonna do this.
Joe, who put those fucking emails out, Joe? Greg, who put those fucking emails out, Greg? Who put them out? Who put them out? It was me, right? I was the one that put them out.
Denial, like, you know, it's Carter Page. His emails with Carter Page, which I was just like, oh my God. And then you're bragging about, you're representing Svetlana Lahova, the Russian GRU historian, and screaming about how, yeah, Stephen Helper was a rat fucker. We put that
See
in
you later, Jacob. Have a good one.
Pleading. We got sanctioned for it, but it was totally worth it to show our loyalty to the Russian military historian lane.
Every bit of it. You know, Glenn asked in the chat there if you think Garland's going to release the entire Mueller report to the.
I had no idea that I had emails with Carter Page. I actually had to go search my emails to be like, Carter Page? I don't even remember. That Svetlana Lakova was another one. I'm like, I don't even remember. I don't have any emails referencing her contact with that lady. Also, with the Carter Page, I don't have anything with that one either. Wonder if Greg blocked me. Oh, he didn't block me. Yay! I'm not going to follow him, though, because then he will block me probably. But, yeah, Greg Hausch is another bigger streamer or whatever, but he's like one of those propaganda streamers, you know, like FBI confidential informant motherfucker who spent, like, fucking years trying to say that I was, like, an evil homie, even though, like, what he didn't realize it was all me putting on all of my emails so I did it live. Like, never dox yourself willingly on the internet for funsies or whatever, because, I mean, you can have fun, but even if you put out your own emails and shit like that, they're still gonna make shit up. They're still gonna fucking make shit up. Like, I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. You know, I don't understand. And it all goes back to this one email right here. This is the email. Mango, you are a very articulate voice of reason, and the fact that you live half your life on camera makes it almost impossible for anyone to lie to you. It is hard to distinguish who is a lunatic and who is a paid, who is paid, who is an attention whore, etc. The most prolific source of disinfo is Media Matters. David Brock, Lynn Rothschild, pipeline of horseshit. Dave Seaman knows a lot about this. Man, I would think it would be a better idea as to who is an authentic and genuine than I do. I brought into Dave Seaman is phony, but realized in his interview with you that I was totally off base. I would like to give the following people that I firmly believe using my own judgment, but do not want to say I am wrong a lot. Besides, Manny, my newscasters would be H.A. Goodman, David T. from Coffee with Dave, which I don't even think I know who that is. Is that Dave Tashini? Is that Dave Tashini, the pedo guy? M. Lord and God, Victorus Libertas, William Mount, David Seaman, Little did we know that, like, years and years later, you know, from June 30th, 2017 at 6:47 p.m., that this one fucking email would really be the catalyst to some of the craziest fucking disinformation. This was the one right here that was just bigger than anything that ever been out there. And you got to realize it. Somebody called me Mango, right? DeMango. I should still change my name to that shit. It's so funny. But I'm not a fruit. Although I kind of do like mango juice and shit. Like that Arizona iced tea, the mango version. Fuck, that's good. Robert David Steele, by the way, ex-CIA guy, wants 12 people that, and these are simply the ones that I watch. Manny, I think, is a far better person to determine who those leaders of the community are. That's my viewer preference. Manny is part of the community and is getting attacked and like, what the fuck? And knows these people and has outside conflict with them. I'm simply an observer. It would be cool if you took regularly scheduled time to let people submit accounts they suspect to be disinfoed. If they are not, they can call it and discuss the accusation and go over the available facts, but let the viewer decide, human or hazmat. You know, when I read this email now, it's starting to really seem like it's one of those manufactured emails. Like, it's Tanya writing, but I feel like somebody was telling her a bunch of stuff that put all this together. And then even then, when you look at the message and the way that it is structured, there's bold in the message itself. Like right here, when you read the message and you say, besides Manny, ha, contaminated materials, human hazmat, contaminated materials, who spoofed the Seth Rich files, what to do to scare them, what people can do to not be part of the problem. When you look at all of that stuff, you start to realize that it's got some type of encoding in it. It's got something that somebody has done to it. And I don't think everybody ever noticed it. No person watches Who Spoofed the Seth Rich file believes him to be authentic. It would be easier to create a new platform that excludes rigged data commercials and then to separate who is not and who is crazy or be paid by the wrong. We all know that they are toxic, but we can't get rid of them. It has become YouTube. We need new tube. You can't go back and unruin a life. Right now, they don't have to worry in the world. They do that for a living. A lawsuit would create more diarrhea. At least slow the posts. At least slow the 10 posts a day. A suit against each person who lies and about others, it equals repeaters and proceeds and funding a new thing of proceed. Each fake actor will have to hire their own legal team, pay $20,000 per person, and when they get their money to pay their lawyers, they will come out in discovery. It's a trap. Did you guys ever realize that Tanya was trying to tell us without trying to tell us to get away from these people all those years ago? Hazmat. But realize she sent it to Robert David Steele. This is not an email that she sent to me, and I think that this is something that a lot of people get wrong, is that she didn't send it to me. She sent it to Robert David Steele and me. Right? But when you look at the thing, it's got like a coded message in it. And it's basically saying that I should be hazmating myself from all of these people. And then even kind of getting into the fact that each of those people is some kind of team. And she kind of elucidates exactly what ends up happening to me, because a few months later, right, we lose our job, and then we have to go work with Thomas Schoenberger, and we end up in the whole Ed Batowski situation. And the entire time, what Thomas was really doing was seeding my inbox with information, right? So it says right here, when they get the money to pay their lawyers, will come out in discovery. It's a trap. Because that's what he was trying to do. That's what Schoenberger still attempted to do. He attempted to utilize the things that he had said to me by misrepresenting them to the court and saying that I said them, right? And it's the same thing that happens when we see this email floating around and how people say that it's like something that's really big or whatever. But essentially, she's telling me exactly what's happening. Research, books, collect information without deciding right away. Be sure to collect a lot of information if you talk about Pizzagate. Point to the people before you, point to the mountains of evidence that already exist. Do not repeat an internet rumor. Do not decide what is true and false based on words of another alone. Trust your gut feeling and that you're being lied to, but don't accuse people of things with no evidence. Yeah, pretty interesting indeed. But that's pretty much it. That's all we got for you guys today. I figured I would bring that back into the zeitgeist and forefront because, like, I don't have a problem pulling all of this stuff up, but at the same time, you know, people are just constantly inventing new things about this whole entire situation. And I have not, like, just think about how long we have scrolled over the last 12 hours. How are you supposed to keep up with all of this stuff? Is the real question. 18 hours ago, I'm still going. I am still going. We are still going. It has not stopped yet. We are at 20 hours ago, and it is still going. It has not stopped. And what are they bringing up? Neil Rauhauser, Curtain, or people from the anti-social network, internet trolls, harassment campaigns, all of this crazy shit. 21 hours. Jesus fucking Christmas. Oh, wait, this is where it stops. So, yeah. It's been basically non-stop since the 13th. And it just keeps... We're in a whole different day. Think about that. Why? It don't make no sense. Please make it make sense. Had to report some shit too. Death threats. But, oh yeah, here's some of the threats that were making it. Now you're all lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. June 12th from Lone Wolf. Let's play meow. There are people in this thread that fucked up beyond repairable levels. I mean, really, really big levels. I this politely. Best of luck to all. Personally, I would shut this thread down and remove me or take my tweet above and start making my own phone calls. I have shown enough that IRC that it should be quite lit up. When someone flexes, we will discuss Kazakhstan and just the press. What the fuck are you talking about? Who are these fucking people? I don't know any of these people. Why do I even matter to these people? It just makes no sense. Why can't I get the good followers that, you know, like fucking send you money and shit like that? Like, what the fuck? The Shed, Spicky, Leah, like, what the fuck? You know, I'm like, you guys are weird. That's what I reply. What did I reply to? Following the fireworks will impress many. Your comment is not needed. What do you mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and then there's this, the nose. Totally happy and capable of posting my emails and shit, but got me blocked on social media because he doesn't like me how I talk to him, because I call him a fucking bitch because he even cares about me. Like, why would the ex-editor of Vice News still care about what was going on with me? And then why would I be having, like, people... I would break you, Mr. DeFago, without breaking a sweat, all while watching agencies lock their doors. Never forget your life station or place. Be well. Like, what? All I ever wanted was an apology from a guy you maliciously doxed and targeted on live stream with the 30K sub channel. It was 25K, but, 30K sounds good. You doxed him and all the other business partners, private persons, and you're the victim? You really need a shrink for your mental issues. Be like, oh, yeah, because, I did all of that before you threatened my life and to kill me and shit. Yeah, that's what happened. Something's happening. Do you guys know what's happening? Because I don't. But boy, they did not stop, bro. This is literally, I'm on the 12th. Look at how much I'm scrolling right now. My shit hasn't been this active in years. And yeah, here we go. June 11th is actually when it all started, I believe. I could scroll farther down. Yeah, no. It was about there. Oh, there was some stuff on the 10th. So it was like the 10th, and then the 11th, and then it's just been kind of like rolling ever since. So we're still trying to figure that out. Not sure what's going on there. Figured I would just show everybody else what was going on there, so you guys can be all like, okay. So you've had like 5, 6, 7 different Twitter accounts of real people that are in like movies and stuff, talking shit about you and like putting you in their threads, even though you don't got nothing to do with anything. You had one dude like literally threatening your life and saying that he'd take you out, and like law enforcement agencies and shit would do anything with you. And I mean, the entire time I'm just kind of like, I've been playing Rust. I was playing Rust, dude. Like, I was playing video games. I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. I don't know what's happening. Feels a little weird, though. So, yeah, let's just look at the month calendar. Yeah, so... yeah, since Saturday. Like, I started playing with the Oaks on Thursday night, the 9th, and I played Rust all day that day, or all night that night. I played it all day on Friday, and I didn't do a single thing. I wasn't even looking at Twitter and shit. And then on Saturday, when I was still playing the game all day long, this starts happening. Yeah, wait. J.R. Riggs says, yeah, you know what's going on? When I forgot something happened last week. So what's going on, J.R. Riggs? You tell the people, because I don't fucking know. I know there was like some new news in Seth Rich, so all of the people involved in that shit were talking about it. But yeah. Gen 1. What do you mean Gen 1 Arc? Arc Gen 1. What? I Googled it. Oh, Arc Ascended. Whoa! What the fuck? Overwhelmingly negative. Oh my god. What? After several delays and finally thing, and I was generally excited, the extreme excitement disappeared almost immediately. First thing I noticed was that the original ocean biome was gone. At first, you thought it simply expanded with the new Atlas map. If you don't own Tides of Fortune, don't bother downloading this. You can't even damage the pirate ships or bases without DLC. If you buy Tides of Fortune, you are the problem. You're playing this, dude? I mean, yeah, it does look pretty good. Look at that fucking dinosaur, son. Franchise sale? Ark Survival Ascended? This content requires base game Ark Survival. Do I own this game? I do own this game. So it's like an update. I mean, it looks good, but I heard it runs like shit. They basically put Atlas and Arc. Well, the game's not bad. They just fucked up the launch. Yeah, it doesn't sound like they fucked up the launch. I don't even remember what Atlas is. Is that like another game where you like drive around boats? Awaken the fractured virtual simulation, a foreboding world unlike anything you've seen before. What the fuck? Your HLN-A offers a wide variety of missions. Okay. I mean, the dinosaurs look cool. Dinosaurs look cool, but I already put all my money into Rust, dog. Kind of like all in on Rust. But yeah, at least this one's at mixed reviews. Jesus. Some fucking crazy reviews, dog. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, cool. The tweets are still going. Well, time for me to go to bed and then just being like, what? What is this? What is this? Barrett Brown? Barrett Brown? JFC. Can't wait, Bill. What is this right here? Rabite. Wolf Alpha X Soldier Foxnet Commander Exodon. I don't really socialize with anyone. I'm a loner even online. 2015 November 7th, Cassandra Fairbanks and Foxnet. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I guess that's basically it. We're done for the day. I gotta go to sleep anyway to go to work. So I hope everybody's doing pretty well. I guess I'll see you again on the next one. Make sure you have a great day and be well, my friends. Bye-bye now. See you later. Hope you have a good day. And, yeah. Pray for me. I don't know how you get wrapped in all of this shit. Gay bitch. Wait, what does he say? Tell him this. Would he have a good time with his friend, my white ninja, handed back over the GI Kill that Kevin spent years trying to get back, and his other friend and their crew spent years lying along around Kevin? Gay bitch. Tip on Windows 11 reducing bloatware? Yeah. Hypertune.gg. Hypertune instantly boosts your gaming performance with one click with this PC optimization software that costs money but can get a 7-day trial. I pay for it though. Makes all my games run really good. Computer runs really good. Just everything's really good about it. I mean, I got no complaints. I'm not even overclocking it, but it gives you all kinds of options. Like you could turn features off and whatnot. Like you could just use the debloat script to do a lot of this stuff too, but this seems to be targeted for the best kinds of performance that is out there. It could do network optimizations and stuff to make your games run faster, overclock your PC, monitor your processes, even mess with your memory. I'm still pissed that I can't go to the 6400 and use the main Expo profile on my shit because it just fucking is unstable as fuck. But one of these days, I'm going to do it. One of these days, I'm going to do it. But yeah, I recommend Hypertune. And then they really actually offer expert tuning for your PC. So if you're like a rich bitch or an esports champion, you could like actually get like a nerd like me to make your computer run faster. But this is basically created by a bunch of computer nerds who do this all the time to do basic optimizations that make your shit run hella good, and it can actually make your shit run even a lot better if you go with the expert tuning. I wonder what the pricing is like. Oh yeah, $9.99 a month or $69.99 a year, including all that stuff. Now you don't need to pay for all that shit to get it done. I mean, you could just like use a debloat script off of GitHub and debloat your computer. But there's still a lot of other little tiny things that you want to do that a debloat script simply isn't going to do. Like network settings and all this other bullshit that you gotta fix. It's different. But yeah. What's a GitHub? George? GitHub is a location where people put code on the internet. Like, here's where I got my Rust map hider or whatever. I'm not playing Rust though, but if I change it to the Rust screen, so like when I open the map, it says stream snipe protection. See that? Probably barely see it. Yeah. But that's what it's for. You know, you can go download stuff, or like Rust plus desktop. Like I use this when I play Rust right here. Pretty good thing. Pro 1, Rust plus desktop. Does all kinds of shit in the Rust. So I can control shit in the video game, and I don't gotta pay money every month to some asshole on the internet to host my shit. It's just free. So I can do all kinds of stuff, and I can see all kinds of stuff that other people can't see. Right? I can even put notes on a map and shit for my, so I can remember shit, not having to use the in-game bullshit. Or I could even like turn off shit. Shit's fucking dope. Shit's fucking dope, dude. A video by Pro
Since the
1.
release of version 6 a couple of weeks ago, Rust Plus Desktop has received far more than a single update. Camera controls, a logic engine, more Discord features, a recycling
Yeah, it's just nerd stuff. What do you expect? But yeah, all the stuff that's a part of this is insane. This guy's fucking legend. Dude's fucking legend. Battlemetrics tracks you, and it's worse than you think. Yeah. It does track you, and you gotta pay money for them to not track you. But yep, that's it. That's all I got for you today, man. I don't really got nothing else, dog. Wish you did, but I don't. I mean, there's 1,000 other little bullshit things that happen, but you know. Motherfucking bullies, son. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Fucking assholes. You guys are assholes, bro. You're a bully. Yeah, you need it to track you for your marathon? Well, yeah, I'm not running a marathon. I'm apparently a fat jelly belly. Yeah. Live stuff, run far, learn stuff. That's all I ever do, bro. Half the time, though, lately I've been playing the Rust. Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, suits me. Yeah, fuck you, you bully. Fuck you, motherfucker. We'll fight you. Like, why? Why are these people up my butt? Yeah, dude. Get a tetanus shot? I don't want a tetanus shot. I'm not getting any of that shit. No. Like, motherfucker can't even crop, dog. Learn to crop. You Yeah, right, motherfucker. Well, you might be able to whoop me now. I am not the young, svelte individual I was back in the day. But that's all right. Where's my? It's like that's all right. Where's my brass knuckles at? Where's my brass knuckles at? Give me all knuckle duster. Anyways, I need to go to bed. I gotta go to sleep. It's time to go. Just scrolling up. Fucking days of this shit. Like, why? What is happening? What did I do this fucking time? I didn't do shit. Anyways, bye everybody. Have a good one. I'm not even gonna screenshot half of this shit. I'm just gonna. I don't even care. Fucking 2-3 days of this shit. These motherfuckers. What are they talking about? Why do I care about any of this stuff? Suck a D. That's what I say. Suck a D.